On Friday, Donald Trump, in front of a gaggle of reporters, while talking about the World Cup that is going to be taking place in the United States during Trump's term, he decided to take a break from talking about soccer to talking about the man who he very clearly has a crush on, Vladimir Putin. A half-dead looking Donald Trump whipped a picture out of his pocket, because apparently he just keeps it on him at all times. And he shows the reporters, like, look at this, is a picture I got from my friend Vladimir. The whole thing was creepy. Like, not just the way Donald Trump looked, his face again, he looked like he was dying. And I'll talk more about that in just a moment. The creepy part was the picture. The creepy part was the hat. Trump was right about everything. You've literally been wrong about everything. But I'm sure you're going to sell 1 million of those hats and put a lot of money in your pocket. But here is the clip. Take a look at this and see if you're as creeped out as I am. Here it is.
And I was just sent a picture from somebody that wants to be there very badly. He's been very respectful of me and of our country, but not so respectful of others. But I'm going to sign this for him, but I was sent one, and I thought you'd all like to see it. That's a man named Vladimir Putin, who I believe will be coming, depending on what happens. He may be coming and he may not, depending on what happens. We have a lot of things happening over the next couple of weeks. But I thought it was a nice picture of him. Okay.
I honestly cannot get over how much he is acting like a schoolgirl who got a gift from her crush. That is what I see when I watch that clip, among all the other weird, creepy things happening. But he's keeping it on him. Like, I can't even bear to not have his picture close to my heart. And then he's like, look at it. It's a great picture of him. I look okay, but he looks great. I have a daughter that just recently, entered her teen years. And I can picture her saying those words about her crush. I mean, all the teen girls that she has had over to the house, that's what they would talk like. And anybody who has dealt with young teen girls recognizes what you see in that photo. Look, I'm not trying to imply anything or make fun of anybody for anything, but my God, dude, tone it down a little bit. Play a little hard to get. I mean, good Lord, you look like a lovesick puppy dog waiting for his master to come home. And that is the image that you are portraying of the United States across the globe. And yes, that is very harmful to foreign policy for the United States. But I got to take another minute here and talk about the fact that that man that showed off that picture right there looks like he's got one foot in the grave. He did not have his orange makeup on, so apparently it is a choice. His eyes were sagging. His face was sagging. Low energy. Couldn't quite stand still. He's doing this, awkward little turning thing. Something is deeply, definitely wrong with him. Not to mention the heavy makeup, this time white makeup, because he wasn't wearing his orange makeup, so they had to try to match it. Looks like they took white out and just covered his hand in it. But what is going on with the hand? We never got answers on that. Yeah, we got the alleged answer about his gigantic, swollen, exploding ankles, but they never addressed the fact that his hand is having to be constantly, repeatedly covered in makeup to hide something from the public. And based on the way his face looked, based on his body language and his body movements, his slow speech, something is wrong with this guy. A lot more than just his love of a bloodthirsty dictator. Something physically, mentally, most likely, is wrong with this guy. And they didn't even try to hide it during that very creepy Friday talk. By now, you know Trump's big, beautiful bill has passed. But almost no one's reporting how ICE is going to get nearly $40 billion of our tax dollars a year, making it the most heavily funded law enforcement agency in U.S. history. That's more money than most nations actually spend on their entire military. So much of our media is either missing the worst of this bill or twisting the language so that you think it's all in your best interest. But we have seen the ICE raids ramping up, and now Trump's openly threatening to deport U.S. citizens. This should be the biggest story in America, yet it's buried, which is what makes Ground News essential right now. They're the only tool that I've found that is exposing these blind spots in the media. By gathering the world's news in one place, organizing it by story, then analyzing just how far right and radical each unbiased source actually is, you get way more context than you ever would anywhere else. If we're being honest, we have seen Trump's power grabs throughout history. They said never again, and that means never again everywhere, and right now, it's happening here. So if you want to stay ahead on immigration, the economy, or simply finding the stories missing from your news feeds, Ground News has you covered. Their app and website is a smarter, more reliable way to stay informed at a time when MAGA is banking on us to stay distracted. So I've partnered with them to get you 40% off the very same Vantage plan that I've been using. That comes out to about $5 per month for unlimited access to everything that I've mentioned and more. Just go to ground.news/ROF or scan the QR code to subscribe. With at least another 4 years of this, we can't afford to miss these details.